Okay. Now, so these are the different parts of female reproductive system. First one is ovary. Second is uterus. In the uterus, there is a cavity called uterus cavity. And next, fourth one, which is the cervix. Fourth one, cervix continued into vagina. Vagina is the fifth one. These are the different parts of female reproductive system. Now, let us see the structure of ovary. Primary sex organs, nothing but ovary. How many ovaries are there? One pair of ovaries are there. Ovaries are smaller, just 2 to 3 centimeters in length and 1 to 2 centimeters radius. Inside, follicles will develop. Third month of fetus. If the fetus is a female. At fourth month, secondary sex organs will be developed. In the third month, when the ovary was developed, inside that, so many follicles will be there. Follicles will be there, nothing but oogenesis started before birth only. Okay, nothing but production of gametes began before birth. Very, very important. Whereas in male, I told you, spermatogenesis began after puberty. Certain age of life, that is 10 to 13 years of age, male starts gametogenesis, nothing but spermatogenesis. But not like males. In females, gametogenesis, nothing but oogenesis. This is oogenesis. Began before birth itself. Oogenesis began before birth. But that time these follicles are millions in number. Millions of follicles will be there at third month of the fetus. And when the fetus develops into the 7th month, then they will become lax. When the fetus develops at the time of delivery, at birth, these follicle numbers will become 2 to 3 lakhs. At the time of birth. Then this is the birth. After birth, there will be a puberty. When a female reaches to the puberty, just 60 to 80,000, K denotes 1000. 60 to 80,000 of follicles will be present. So number from millions to thousands, it is decreased. This is called follicular atresia. Follicular atresia. Degeneration of follicles. Degeneration of follicles is called follicular atresia. Understand? Now, in the ovary, how many follicles are there? Let us see. You march that? Huh? Problem yeah. So finally, after the puberty, if you see the ovary structure, how it will be, you can observe. This is the ovary, and this is ovarian ligament. Ovarian ligament helps to attach it with the uterus, and also this ovary supported by the mesoovarium, means attached to the abdomen cavity. This is mesoovarium. Mesoovarium is connecting part of abdomen. This is the abdomen and this is the ovary. Both are together connected by meso-ovarian. And also ovary gets supported by a ligament-like structures to the uterus. Then that is called ovarian ligament. This is how the support getting. Understand? Then wall of ovary consists of cells are called germinal cells. And the layer around this is the tunica albuginea. So these are called germinal cells, also called primordium. I told you this word at the time of spermatogenesis. Gametes begin by a wall called primordium, germinal cells. And this is lined by outermost layer is tunica albuginea. Tunica albuginea will be there. Whereas the tunica albuginea is interior part in case of testis, whereas in the ovary it is outermost part. Albuginea. And entire this part is called stroma. So outermost part is tunica albuginea and later germinal cells, and third one is stroma. Inside the stroma, so many follicles were developed. Let us see how these follicles were developed. Generally from the germinal cells, by the mitosis, so many cells will be there. They are called egg nest. This is called egg nest. This egg nest number is millions at the time of formation of ovary. This egg nest number reduces into lakhs at the time of birth. And this egg nest number will be 60 to 80,000 at the time of puberty. Then these are called primary oocytes. This is the primary oocyte. Once a primary oocyte is bigger, then around the primary oocyte, granulosa cells are arranged in one layer. Then this is called primary follicle. Inside the primary follicle, what was there? Primary oocyte was there. This is the very first important point. For this, follicle stimulating hormone is required for the development of follicles. Around the primary oocyte, primary follicle will be there. The definition I will tell you. Primary oocyte is equal to grown oogonial cell, which is in diploid only. That is a primary oocyte. Then what is the primary follicle? If it is the primary oocyte, which is in diploid in nature, there is no doubt. Around that, one layer of granulosa cells were there. This is single layer of granulosa cells. Granulosa cells are derived from wall of the ovary only. Then this is called primary follicle. Understand? Have you got the difference between primary oocyte and primary follicle? Good. Now, by the follicle stimulating hormone actions continues, then this primary oocyte now surrounded by two layers. Before only one layer, right? Now two layers, many layers, we can say, many layers of granulosa cells. Then this is called secondary follicle. Okay, inside secondary follicle, what was there? Primary oocyte only. Secondary follicle also consists of primary oocyte. Now let me define the secondary follicle. What is secondary follicle? Secondary follicle means primary oocyte enveloped by more than one lining of granulosa cells. Okay, picturization if you want. This is a primary oocyte, and around that granulosa cells are developed like this. Many layers, but just taken 2 layers to resemble more than one. Okay, this is more than one lining of granulosa cells. This is secondary follicle. Secondary follicle differentiated with the primary follicle only in the lining of granulosa cells, but in both similarity is primary oocyte only. This is also primary oocyte. It is diploid. Primary oocyte is always in diploid. It is a difference with the oogonial cells by only size. Now, this is the first stage, guys. This is the first stage of the folliculogenesis. This is the second stage of the folliculogenesis. Now, let us see the third stage. Secondary follicle develops into tertiary follicle. In that, what happens? Primary oocyte will be there, and it will be nourished by a fluid. And you know very well that around the primary oocyte there will be a group of granulosa cells. This group of granulosa cells center some space will be there. That space is called antrum. So many cells will be there, but a cavity was formed. This cavity is called antrum. A-N-T-R-U-M. What is antrum? Antrum is a fluid-filled cavity. At the time of definition, I will tell you. By the fluid, this is also primary follicle. This primary oocyte will be nourished well. Then this primary oocyte become secondary oocyte. In the oogenesis time, difference between primary oocyte and secondary oocyte you will come to know. Generally, secondary oocyte means I write. This is secondary oocyte. Around the secondary oocyte, so many granulosa cells are there. Here also antrum will be present. What is antrum? Fluid-filled cavity. Okay. When secondary oocyte is developed in the tertiary follicle, this is what called tertiary follicle. Tertiary follicle. When secondary oocyte is developed in the tertiary follicle, then the developed follicle is called Graafian follicle. This structure is called Graafian follicle. Okay, Graafian follicle means matured follicle. Matured follicle. Okay. Now I will give you some definitions. That you have received. What is the definition of primary oocyte? What is the definition of primary follicle? And inside the primary follicle, what was that? Primary oocyte is there. What is secondary follicle? Many granulosa cells surrounded by primary oocyte is called secondary follicle, right? And now, what is tertiary follicle? Tertiary follicle. Around the primary oocyte, there are many layers of granulosa cells with a fluid filled cavity. What is that fluid filled cavity? Antrum. If you have a question, define antrum. Fluid filled cavity in tertiary follicle is called antrum. Then what is the function of antrum? Let us see. Antrum. What is antrum? Fluid filled cavity. that helps in the nourishment of the primary oocyte in the tertiary follicle. Okay, then what happens if it is the tertiary follicle? Inside the tertiary follicle, what was there? Primary oocyte was there. By the antrum plus follicle stimulating hormone, in the tertiary follicle itself, primary oocyte become secondary oocyte. Understand? Then it will be matured into, now it will have only secondary oocyte now. Then this is called Graafian follicle. Right? This is matured follicle, final stage. You know very well tertiary follicle has come from secondary follicle. Secondary follicle has come from primary follicle. For this, FSH is required. 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 So that's why it's called follicular stimulating hormone. I'll give you another easy chart. This is the primary follicle. This is the secondary follicle. This is the tertiary follicle. And this is the Graafian follicle. Size will be increased. Now let me write. This is primary follicle. Inside primary follicle, what was there? Primary oocyte is there. Okay, and this is secondary follicle. Secondary follicle. Inside primary oocyte is there. Okay, na? This is also primary. The concept. Now, if tertiary follicle, initial stage, it will be primary oocyte follicle. Follicle itself called Graafian follicle. When inside primary oocyte becomes secondary oocyte. So in Graafian follicle, secondary oocyte only present. Now you understand, right? Now let us see the hormonal action. So which hormone is required to turn the primary follicle into secondary follicle? FSH. And also FSH is required for turning the secondary into tertiary. And also FSH is required to turn the tertiary into Graafian. That is why follicular stimulating hormone. Okay, what is the meaning of FSH? FSH is equal to follicular stimulating hormone. Okay, now another important point I am telling you, very important point. This is the primary follicle becomes secondary follicle, right? Secondary follicle also have a granulosa cells. This secondary follicle release estrogen. Estrogen is in less level. So releases estrogen, that is greater than the before. Estrogen hormone. And Graafian follicle also releases estrogen. So that as follicle is every growing follicle releases estrogen. Estrogen is a ovarian hormone secreted by growing follicles. Growing follicles. Okay, I will relax. Also continue. I discussed at female reproductive organs that present pelvic cavity. Next, female reproductive system have a primary sex organ as well as secondary sex organ. Next, primary sex organ meant for gametogenesis, nothing but ovum production. Secondary sex organs are other than the gametoproductions and sex hormone productions. There may be oviduct for conduction and oviduct for fertilization, uterus for implantation and pregnancy, and other glands also. Then let us see secondary sex organs time. Now, this diagram helps you to understand the location exactly. Now this diagram helps to label. Now internal structure of ovary, you see there are some follicles over there, right? Follicles. If you see female reproductive system, follicles, let me tell you. See, this is the corpus albicans. This is the primary follicle. See, primary follicle grown into secondary follicle. This is the called antrum follicular cells. This is mature follicle. This fluid is called antrum. After this, it will become a Graafian follicle. Even Graafian follicle also have all these are called primary oocyte. Oocyte once comes out of the egg nest and it will be surrounded by one layer of granulosa cells. Then that is called primary follicle. Stimulating hormone is required. Follicular stimulating hormone is coming from pituitary. Follicular stimulating hormone is coming from pituitary. So, follicular stimulating hormone is coming from anterior pituitary. Okay, estrogen is coming from ovary. Estrogen is coming from ovary. Because growing follicles are present in ovary. That's why it is ovarian hormone. Let us see what will happen next. So, primary follicle becomes secondary follicle become tertiary follicle, and tertiary follicle become Graafian follicle, right? As estrogen is increasing from every growing follicle, right? First, what happens? Follicle stimulating hormone comes that gives estrogen. Now, when estrogen levels are increased, LH hormone will come. LH hormone is also coming from pituitary. Okay, FSH hormone is from pituitary. Then estrogen will be produced in the ovary, so that it is ovarian hormone. Again, estrogen levels are increased in the blood. That strikes the releasing of LH. So LH is released when estrogen levels are increased. Important point. Estrogen level increases, LH will come. LH is coming from pituitary. When LH comes, this LH act on Graafian follicle. Actually, inside the Graafian follicle, what was there? Secondary oocyte was there, na? When Graafian follicle A act, then the secondary oocyte comes out. What is the secondary oocyte release? Okay, then this process is called ovulation. Ovulation is happened because of LH. If LH is not coming on the Graafian follicle, secondary oocyte is nothing but ovum. Will not be released. That's why LH is called ovulatory hormone. Now tell me why LH is called ovulatory hormone. LH is the only hormone can break the Graafian follicle. Once Graafian follicle breaks, inside the Graafian follicle, what was the secondary oocyte is that it releases out. When secondary oocyte releases out, the process is called ovulation. I will tell you the definition of ovulation here. Ovulation. What is ovulation? releasing of egg or ovum or secondary oocyte. All three are same in the consideration. From ruptured Graafian follicle. Ruptured Graafian follicle by the LH action is called ovulation. Very simple. If it is Graafian follicle, inside that secondary oocyte will be there. This is secondary oocyte. Then by the action of LH hormone, the Graafian follicle will be ruptured and secondary oocyte comes out. So this is secondary oocyte. Then this is ruptured Graafian follicle. Okay, this secondary oocyte is goes for fertilization. Nothing but oviduct. It will go to oviduct. Then it remains into an yellow color body part. It remains into an yellow color body part. This is called corpus luteum. This is called corpus luteum. Okay, this corpus luteum have a cells which are glandular cells. Actually, we can explain so much of depth. There is no use. NCERT is asking questions only from textbook. If I explain entire my subject, what is the use? You will be confused. Understand? So, I will explain the content which you require. And don't go beyond the textbook and refer other textbooks, other reference books, and don't eat my head. Just ask me questions from only textbook. Why? Because in NEET they are asking only textbook. Why should we do overaction? Some students are asking me directly different questions by their over enthusiasm. Keep your concentration in physics and chemistry like that. In biology, textbook is enough. In the textbook, every line if you understand, you can answer. So that I am not delivering entire my subject. I am delivering the content you require exactly. Clear? Now, so what is corpus luteum? Now let me define it. Corpus luteum. Corpus luteum answer will be ruptured Graafian follicle. Ruptured Graafian follicle is known as corpus luteum, which is yellow in color. Also glandular in nature. Glandular means what? Secretion. What it secretes is exactly corpus luteum secretes progesterone, estrogen, inhibin, etc. Estrogen, progesterone, inhibin, etc. These are the hormones secreted by corpus luteum. What is the function of progesterone? Cause pregnancy, helps and pregnancy. Estrogen helps in uterus. After menses, every time uterus will be repaired, then uterus will be damaged. Right? What is the function of inhibin? Stops FSH temporarily. Okay, this is what about corpus luteum. Then come back. Primary follicle becomes secondary, secondary become tertiary, tertiary become Graafian. Graafian will be ruptured by LH. Ovulatory hormone result, secondary oocyte will be released for fertilization. Okay, then remaining part of the Graafian follicle is called corpus luteum. This corpus luteum sustain 14 days only in any woman. Very, very important. Okay, span of corpus luteum is span of luteum is 14 days. Clear? No. After 14 days, what happens? This is corpus luteum, yellow in color, ruptured one, right? And here some glandular cells are there. Okay, so let me label it. This is corpus luteum. Corpus luteum lifespan will be depends upon the fate. Suppose if it is survived only 14 days, 14 days only secondary oocyte is not utilized. Here some students will get confusion. Let me click. See, very, very important here. This is ruptured Graafian follicle. Result, secondary oocyte and corpus luteum. Where does the secondary oocyte goes? Secondary oocyte goes to fertilization takes place. If secondary oocyte under oviduct, then this corpus very, very wide. First case, this is the case 1, this is the case 2. Let me explain the case 1 first, which is in yellow color. After 14 days, if fertilization is not occurred, then this corpus luteum becomes corpus albicans. It will become corpus albicans. This is corpus hemorrhage. Hemorrhage is red in color. After that, slowly it will become a white color body. Simply, it is a white colored body. White cannot appear on white, so that I am taking. This is called corpus albicans. This is called corpus albicans. This corpus albicans goes to stroma. Once you go for the ovary structure, here corpus luteum, later corpus albicans, later stroma. This is stroma. So like that, every month size will be increased over the period of time. That is why at certain age, but I'll explain that. This means last time ovulation. See, it's got menarche. What is menarche? Sorry. Menarche. Okay. Beginning of ovulation at puberty is called menarche. Also called simply very first ovulation. It happens at 10 to 12 years time. Next, what is menopause? Ceasing of ovulation. Ovulation will be stopped. Maybe last ovulation. It happens 45 to 50 years in the womb. Because every month one secondary oocyte will be released because of the changes. Then if every month fertilization will not occur, so that corpus luteum becomes corpus hemorrhage and corpus albicans. This corpus albicans will go and attach to the stroma. The stroma size will be increased, follicles will be reduced. That is so. These are the different stages. If a fertilization is not happened, the situation become corpus luteum degenerates. Corpus luteum degenerates. Once corpus luteum is degenerated, after 14 days, again new follicle will be ruptured, grow and develop, and secondary oocyte will be released again for the second time. It expecting the pregnancy. Like that, every month one secondary oocyte will be released, and it expects the pregnancy by fertilization. If fertilization is not occurred, then it will become reduced, degenerated. See here, very simple thing. This is a primary follicle developed into secondary follicle, developed into tertiary follicle, developed into Graafian follicle, right? This Graafian follicle ruptures, results corpus luteum, and also secondary oocyte. Secondary oocyte, it goes fertilization, then this corpus luteum sustains 266 days. If this oocyte is not fertilized, then 24 hours after it will be died. Then this corpus luteum sustains only 14 days. These 14 days it releases inhibin. These 14 days it releases inhibin hormone. This inhibin hormone stops FSH. That's why until corpus luteum is present, no follicle will grow. This is a very, very important point. Until corpus luteum is present, there is no action of FSH. So no follicle will grow. So many doubts you may have by the topic, by the content clearance of next class, you will be clear. Okay. Today what I have explained is primary structure of female reproductive system, that is ovary. Clear? Ovary wall consists of two layers, outer clinical virginia and middle inner germinal epithelium, also called primordium, and inner stroma. Okay. And stroma also called cortex, medulla, over medulla. And inside the stroma, so many follicles will be there. All these follicles I explained. You must get clarity between what is primary oocyte and what is primary follicle. And what is primary follicle and what is secondary follicle? What is secondary follicle and what is tertiary follicle? And what is secondary follicle and what is secondary oocyte? So once you answer all this, you will get 5. Don't try to by heart. You will confuse a lot. Try to answer. And if you have any doubt, please ask me. Okay. Anytime doubts will be commonly welcomed by students if they are from textbook only. Okay. So much enthusiasm is there, but first subject, later your general knowledge. Fine. I hope you understand. Catch you later in the next class. In next class, I will explain oogenesis and follicular oogenesis. Then after next class, secondary sex organs, nothing but oviduct structures, uterus structure, cervix, vagina, vulva, everything. Okay. Thank you. I'm signing off. Wish you all the best. Bye bye.